You're watching KSG News Explainer. In this video, we are going to talk about India in World Inequality Report 2022. This is related to GS Paper 3 Economy. Before we get started, I request you to please turn on the subtitles. As per the World Inequality Report 2022, India is among the most unequal countries in the world, with rising poverty and an affluent elite. The report highlights that the top 10% and top 1% in India hold 57% and 22% of the total national income respectively, while the bottom 50% share has gone down to 13%. The report was authored by Lucas Chancel and co-ordinated by renowned economists Thomas Piketty, Emmanuel, Saez and Gabriel Zucman. Now what the report said: the average national income of the Indian adult population is rupees 2,04,200. The bottom 50% earns rupees 53,610, while the top 10% earns rupees 11,66,520, over 20 times more. In India, the top 10% and top 1% hold 57% and 22% of the total national income respectively, while the share of the bottom 50% has gone down to 13%. The report goes on to say that over the past 3 years, the quality of inequality data released by the government has seriously deteriorated, which has made it particularly difficult to assess recent inequality changes. The report notes that the share of public wealth across countries has been on a decline for decades now. Public assets typically include public buildings, housings, administrations, schools, universities, hospitals, and other public services. The secular decline in public wealth and rise in private wealth was exacerbated by the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic. The report says that emerging economies like India and China experienced faster increases in private wealth than wealthy countries after they transitioned away from regulated economies. In India particularly, private wealth went up from 290% in 1980 to 560 in 2020. Now going into some background details. Going back in time, the report shows that the income inequality in India under the British colonial rule was very high, with the top 10% share around 50%. After independence, due to socialist-inspired 5-year plan, this share was reduced to 35% to 40%. Owing to poor post-independence economic conditions, India embarked upon deregulation and loosening controls in the form of liberalization policies. The report argues that these policies have led to one of the most extreme increases in income and wealth inequality observed in the world. It says that while the top 1% has largely benefited from these economic reforms, the growth among low and middle income groups has been relatively slow and poverty persists. In 2021, the wealthiest 10% of the population owned 65% of total household wealth in India. That's all we could pack in this edition of KSG News Explainer. Stay tuned for more such videos. To join KSG India courses and to crack the IAS exam, visit ksgindia.com. You can also get the PDF of this video on ksgindia.com. Thanks for watching.